Hi, my name is Kevin, of course the head at Team God Sarmy Kenya. I want to talk about how long does it take for the Spirit of the Lord to have built a character within the human. That is a person that of his interest he wants to use, maybe to have fulfilled something in the Bible, because we all know that he is a God of fulfillment, and anything that he has ever noted through his servants in the Bible that needed to be fulfilled, he just fulfilled according to his own calculated time as God, not man. So it depends with what God created you for, because God himself does not bring us perfect people on earth. We were just brought like elite people who are illiterate. We didn't know anything and all that. So God takes time before he could make his character within us. And that's why you see the life of Jesus. He started his ministry at around when he was at the ministry started being so great when he began his 30s of age, right? And all about all those years, what was happening in Jesus' life. So you will find that God molding him to have made his assignment being known to his knowledge, like part of his mind and heart, to have been controlled with such forces of the spiritual will, and so on and forth. So these characters, it will take longer according to whatever you are assigned to work on, okay? So that means if you are chosen for something, it remains the responsibility of God to have equipped you with some necessary characters that he needed you to have fulfilled according to his scriptures, okay? So it is not a period that someone can tell that it is maybe 40 years, 50 years, 100 years and all that. It depends with how complicated your mission is, and also depends with whatever you are assigned to work on, okay? For instance, someone like Kevin, you know, God taking you out of this institution of man, separating you, taking you through his wilderness, teaching you to have his knowledge lives within you, and that to become part of your personality, and not to strain when you are explaining about his deals and all that. It only takes a long period. To me, I can say so far so good. 3 decades are almost are done already. Now we are plus going and still yet the appointed time not yet. So you can imagine, out of the will of God, God is making someone in flesh to become part of his written word. As he said, the word has become the flesh. It is not an easy task, because the flesh has to feel it, okay? The pain we feel by being purified is what we explain out as part of God walking with us, as part of the history that has made us the people we always describe to be part of the prophecy in the book of Joel, okay? So it is impossible for the Spirit of the Lord to have used you without knowledge. And that's why equipping you is a very, very vital process that will have left a foundation, that will made also people to have known that truly God is using Kevin one way or the other. Because without that history, then it shall be a scam. It shall be a scam, because there are so many fake servants, so-called the servants of the Lord. But when you look at their personalities, it adds nothing making sense that they are the vessels of God, because in them there is no that unconditional love. In them, there are people who have got a negative personality in terms of in action, but they are so good and perfect in words. You see, they speak so good, but in their personality, they don't act according to their good deeds they speak, okay? So you see, for God to have made someone to a character that resembles such of him in spirit is not easy. And so far, so good. I just thank the Lord, because every day he gives you the meaning of why you're suffering. He strengthens your heart, your mind, by telling you, no, my son, you are not suffering in vain, but out of this I must have made someone in human that is perfect in my ways, and I shall have blessed your land, I shall have blessed your family abundantly. So this keeps us moving. Otherwise, it is a painful process that has led Kevin to have done such of the vessel's work. The vessel of the Lord is now the one that speaks through Kevin. And now when I talk about being the vessel, I just being a container that the will of God lives in, to have taken places, to have done part of his works well done on earth. Okay, so these characters are not found through the institution of men, and these characters are made through the man's suffering. Okay. When you suffer and you suffer and you suffer in Christ, then it makes you to have a certain personality in characters. Okay, and those characters, God is looking towards those characters, because he knows, have made this one to suffer much, so he knows what suffering is all about, and then he brings a process to have resolve your challenges. And that is how he's making his words to have resolved challenges out of his overage creation, and that is how also he's using someone to have sent his rescue plan on earth. Okay, so it is a process that only leaves the perfection of God within the man. Okay, so let us abide by the will of God, so that in future's time we are made great. At least you shall say you are part of that which has made Kevin. Okay, thank you and God bless you. Take care.